This is Sean Azimi. I welcome you to this live, and I hope that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Listen, I got an interesting one for you today. It's not my usual, subject or theme, if you would, but this one is too good to pass. So, um, I'm blessed to live close to streams of water. I don't know if you can actually hear it. I have my window open so you can hear it, right? It's right by my room. You can hear the stream. Now, there's a bunch of streams around here, all right? And there's one area that we have a pond, right? It's a pretty decent sized pond, and it's got like koi fish, and it's got turtles, and you know, talapi, tal, talapitia. What is that fish? A couple other kind of fish, but mostly koi and turtles, right? And I did a live on actually turtles a while back because every time I walk by during the day, turtles, most of them are outside and they're like extended their arms and legs, and they're like either on one leg or two maximum, and they're like it looks like they're still in a yoga pose and suntanning. So I was really curious, even the baby ones. So I was really curious to find out why. So I did a live on that. It turns out there's a few things that they're drying themselves off, and they stretch because they, between the creaks in between their skin, they want things to get dried under their shell too, and they do actually stretch because they swim so much that helps them stretch. But that's not what we're here for. Have you been able to, besides a dog, because I think dogs are just given, but besides a dog or maybe a parrot or something, have you been able to like establish relationship with another animal? I know it sounds strange, well maybe not really, but I'm into animals and birds and stuff, and I see like people getting really homey with some really weird animals, and that it just feels like they understand each other, right? The animal understands the human understands the the animal, and it's not just a dog, right? So today I've been noticing something for the past maybe, I don't know, month, right? And it was really interesting today. So anyway, there's this pond, okay, by close to where I am. There's this pond, and I usually go there at least a couple times a day. There's a rock, like embedded by surrounded by grass and trees and stuff. So it's kind of really hard to see that rock, and it's right at the tip at the pond, right? I mean, your feet will hang over the water if you can imagine it, right? So I tend to love. I have found that spot, and I go there and I sit there, and I just think, and I journal. Sometimes I take a book, I read, but it's really calming because I can see the water right in front of me. I can see the koi, and I can, at a distance, I can see the turtles. They're sunbathing, and stuff, and the ducks. We have ducks, and so we have all kinds of stuff, ducks and stuff. So it's kind of neat. It's really relaxing. I really enjoy going there. Now today, well, for the past month, I kind of noticed. Okay, so in this pond, there are three pretty good sized turtles, right? And now a new, like a baby one, right? Which is really cute. But anyway, the past month, I noticed that there's this like one turtle that when I sit on that rock, he kind of brings his head above the water, and he literally looks at me and he just starts to swim toward me. And I'm like, okay, that's a little crazy, right? I don't think that's really happening. So it's happening, right? Every day he would just peek his head up from a distance. Like we're talking from a distance, maybe 175, 100 yards, right? Peeks his head up above the water, like literally looks at me, and then starts to swim towards me, right? And I'm like, okay, this can't be happening. This is um, so I feel like, the good book says don't judge too early, otherwise you're going to be judged. Um, I would probably wait until the ending. We have a comment on YouTube. So I would just wait to see what happens, right? You never know. The good book, yes. I have a comment from YouTube that says, I see the cross, but it still looks like one of your side gigs is taking land that was, I have to pause and say this because they asked Gandhi about Jesus and Christianity, and he said it's because of Christians that I didn't become a Christian. Because if you're a Christian, you're supposed to act like one because your acting, your speech, your demeanor, the way you carry yourself, the way you respond instead of reacting, throwing words out like a fool, you're supposed to attract people by your actions, by your speech. So you're talking about the cross and you're talking about something else. If I knew you as a Christian, I would never become a Christian. So handle that, homie. Back to my story. Sorry, you guys. If you're new to my lives, if this is your first time, hopefully it won't be your last time. But I'm not one to take it light on some certain folks, right? I call it life mileage. I'm not gonna just say, oh, okay. No, it ain't gonna happen. So I block pretty quickly. I don't have time for this stuff. Anyway, let me tell you a story. So this today, anyway, I'm going to fast forward to today. Today, I'm sitting on this rock, and I'm just in my own world and thinking. And all of a sudden, I look down, and this turtle is right next to my feet, with literally his neck out of the water, looking straight at me. And I'm like, what in the? And he didn't move. He just stood there. He just stood there. He just didn't move. And I said, hey, started talking to him. I know you're probably thinking this guy's crazy now, but I started talking to him, right? And I'm like, I gotta find a name for you because I feel like you come to see me all the time. But this is like I could touch you, right? So close. I even brought my hand really close to the edge of the pond to see if he comes up, right? And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to block somebody real nice. Very nice. And so I could touch this guy, right? And and so I move my feet, and he kind of swims a little away, and I just go back to my own thoughts because I was really in deep thought. And then I look back; he's back there again. He did this 3 times. I was there for about an hour, and he literally was with me for an hour. And I told you, there's 3 turtles there, but this one is the one that comes up to me, right? So I had to look him up, wouldn't you? So sensitive, yeah. I do believe that. Here, somebody on YouTube says, have we been engineered into a very sensitive hive species. Well, we are very sensitive these days. So, and sensitivity doesn't really work these days. It's extremely common, but it doesn't work too well. So, grow some tough skin, folks, because life isn't gonna take it easy on you. So I looked this turtle up and the whole behavior and stuff. I'm into that stuff. I'm a geek. What can I say? I'm like interested. I'm intrigued. Would you be intrigued? I don't know. Is it just me? I don't know. Maybe you can drop it in the comments. Would you be intrigued if, like, for like 3, 4 weeks, this turtle just comes up to you and like literally is right next to you, just staring at you in like a pond where there's like, I think we have 500, 600 units. There's like a huge place here. It's a lot of people, but I don't know. Would you be intrigued? Anyway, I was intrigued. So here's what I found out. The thing is called a red-eared slider. That's a very common turtle in like ponds, right? In residential ponds, and it's called the red-eared slider. Now here's what they do. These guys do not come around somebody who they don't trust. This is a big thing about this turtle. In fact, when they come, if they feel any type of like bad energy or not calmness, what they do, they literally kick back and swim away real fast. So the fact that they're coming up, they're very curious around calm energy. And I found out that they recognize patterns. So every day when I go there, I sit on that rock, I read, I think, I do what have you. It's the same thing. So they are recognizing that this one is recognizing that pattern, and like the visit, the calmness, my presence, if you would, and they associate it with safety. They pick up on your vibe, they pick up on your calmness, on your tone, on your body stillness. So the fact that this turtle, or if you have this experience with any turtle, is that because the other two look at me and they kind of come not too close and they kind of go away, but this one, it just like, I feel like it's mine. You know what I mean? It's like right there for an hour. It was like I felt, this is so weird, but I felt bad for leaving it. I had to come back, right? So, so I named him Red because he's got these reddish orange like ear marks, and he's got, well, the reason why I say he, because I wanted to find out if it's a he or she, and I looked it up, and they have, males have longer nails, and they have a longer tail too, and they're more ovalish. So um, it was very interesting because this is definitely a guy, and I named him Red because it's red-eared slider. And tomorrow I'm going to take my camera with me and take a couple shots, see if I can get that. And I'm going to take some food. They eat lettuce and greens and stuff, so maybe I can do that and update. So it'd be kind of cool. The reason why I brought you this is because animals can feel your calmness, your energy, your love. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes I wish people would learn and copy from animals. Don't you think? Maybe the world would be a lot calmer, safer place. Drop your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Hey, if you think somebody else would get value from this, hey, if you know somebody who loves turtles, tag them to this because they got to know what's up. You know what I mean? Let's go. And if you're not connected with me, come on. You can connect with me on multiple platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, LinkedIn, Threads. And one thing I'll tell you, I am cleaning up my social media like I have never. I'll give you an example. I today I got finally I got done with Facebook. Used to have about 40 over 4,500 friends on Facebook. Well, I today, as of today, I have 733. So I am cleaning up. The groups I was in, I'm getting out because they're not active anymore. I'm just cleaning everything up. Next, I'm going to go to Instagram, and then we're going to do TikTok and LinkedIn. And, so if you want to stay connected with me, no matter where you're seeing me, drop a comment or send me a message or something. Um, Otherwise, if you're very silent and we don't communicate, or I've sent you a message, you don't respond, you know. So I just, don't see why we would continue that connection. So with that, if you're not connected with me and would like to connect with me, like I said, you can connect with me on all platforms. I welcome everybody. Yeah, I want. I just don't want people that don't serve my purpose around me anymore. So just clean it up. You can find me on all platforms with Side Gig Sean. If you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing, hitting that bell button. Let's go. And with that, I am Sean Azimi. I help folks make some extra money using the online space. You're up for that? Go to sidegigsean.com. Let's see if I can help you out. With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over